Demi Moore is up first. Hollywood loves a comeback story, and Demi has made her biggest comeback yet. Now, plastic surgeons have revealed the secrets of the celebrities who've, had the biggest glow-ups in recent years, and after being mocked over plastic surgery rumors in January 2021, Demi Moore, who's 62, was widely praised for her age-defying and wrinkle-free look at the Golden Globes this month, where she won Best Actress in a Motion Picture. Demi took home the first acting award of her career in January 2025, winning the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy for her role in the horror film The Substance. Now, she played a former A-list star who took a black market substance to regain her youthful looks, only to discover horrifying side effects. The star revealed how she could relate to the character because of her own body image issues. She said in an interview, I placed a lot of value on what my body looked like as being, a defining marker of whether I belonged or not, whether I could succeed or not. Demi Moore, has publicly admitted to a few cosmetic procedures. However, there's no way to know for sure what she has done, but based on her results, here's what procedures she may have recently had, according to a plastic surgeon named Dr. Ewan. So facelifts and neck lifts, which are two relatively invasive treatments that deliver long-lasting results. Both procedures help, tighten the skin, eliminate wrinkles, and remove unwanted fat in stubborn areas. While Demi Moore has not publicly admitted to getting either procedure, there are some signs of total facial rejuvenation. Her appearance is more youthful, defined, and contoured, so her skin also looks tighter, and she has no, noticeable fine lines or deep wrinkles. A blepharoplasty removes sagging skin above the eyelids and under eye bags. The procedure provides, permanent, long-lasting results and eliminates aging or sagging eyelids. After the procedure, patients look more awake and well-rested. Demi Moore's eye area appears to be smoother and more contoured than years before. Not only does she not have, under eye bags, dark circles, or wrinkles in that area, but she also looks more awake. These adjustments to her appearance suggest she's recently had that procedure done. These cosmetic procedures help, lessen the appearance of forehead wrinkles and frown lines as well, helping individuals achieve just a smoother, crease-free appearance. Demi Moore already has a very naturally well-defined, bone structure. A brow or forehead lift could have helped enhance her natural features, making her cheekbones more prominent. Her eyebrows also seem slightly raised, helping her achieve a more awake-looking appearance. Facial contouring using fillers and fat grafting can also help achieve a more sculpted appearance. Demi Moore may use, fillers and fat grafting to achieve high, well-defined cheekbones. Her appearance is notably more balanced, and just in previous years. She also seems to have contouring around her cheeks, jawline, and nose. Botox as well is presumed. Demi Moore, possibly uses Botox to maintain a youthful appearance and prevent new wrinkles from actually forming. Her complexion looks smoother than in previous years, but she doesn't look like she uses too much to maintain her appearance. Botox is all about finding the perfect amount to achieve next level results. Demi Moore's lips also look fuller than in previous years, which suggests, that she may have had some lip filler added as well.
Miley Cyrus has experienced ongoing physical transformations over the years, and some question if it's due to plastic surgery. In 2024, photos of her for cover art of a song and her appearance at the Grammys that year sparked speculation on whether or not she got plastic surgery, as people had been questioning her appearance. Now, talking to Reddit, many commented on the difference in her facial structure recently, believing that she had a buccal fat removal procedure done. "We need to imprison whatever plastic surgeon pioneered buccal fat removal," one person wrote. Now, Miley's also gotten veneers, and people think that they look just absolutely horrible, and people have even said that she looks like a horse. Can't tell if it's just the buccal fat removal or the giant veneers that make her look so off these days, a second person added, while someone else said she's had the nose job for years, but yes, she's wearing contour on top of that. Now, Miley's appearance at the 2025 Grammys looked very similar, as it appears that she's still getting work done.
Friends star Courtney Cox received backlash from the media for years for her appearance. Many people called the star out for overusing fillers and altering her appearance to the point where the actress did end up dissolving the fillers in 2017. Speaking on the experience, Courtney Cox said, "You don't realize that you look a little off, so then you keep doing more because you look normal to yourself, and you you don't realize what it looks like to the outside person. It's not surprising that the Friends star dissolved the filler. A year before, she appeared on the Running Wild with Bear Grylls show and shared that she regretted getting the filler done and that she was grateful that the work she did get done could be dissolved. A 2022 interview has the actress claiming that she would never do that level of cosmetic work now. Courtney Cox has always looked great throughout the years, and I'm glad she's feeling more confident than ever.
Lindsay Lohan has been flooring fans with her glowing and youthful new face at recent public appearances, after taking a couple of years away from Hollywood. And now, a lot of folks are wondering, what did she get done? Well, enter Dr. Johnny Betteridge, an aesthetics doctor, and he claims that the star could have spent up to $300,000 in plastic surgery procedures to achieve this look. So Betteridge, if you're wondering his credentials, is the founder of the London-based clinic JB Aesthetics. He has a background in emergency medicine, intensive care, and aesthetics. And he shared a video listing all the cosmetic tweaks he believes the actress has undergone. So if we're gonna go through the list of the things that the Parent Trap star has had, we got a facelift, an upper eyelid surgery, a nose job, and a surgical brow lift. So he thinks she had some degree of surgical facelift, and it was likely done via an endoscopic approach, so it was minimally invasive. She had Botox, lip lift, lip fillers, veneers, and he was analyzing her skin in her latest photos, and he came to the conclusion that she had laser resurfacing and also a dermatologist-led skincare routine. So apparently if you combine the cost of everything, it's in the range of $200,000 to $300,000, and a lot of fans agreed in the comments saying, I think it's fantastic surgical work, she should absolutely promote her surgeon. Somebody else said she looks amazing, I wish I had $300,000. Like, she does look amazing. Now, when you look at her face and you think about how Lindsay Lohan looked in The Parent Trap, poor thing apparently really disliked her freckles during her younger years, and now people think that one of those procedures erased her freckles. So in contrast to everything I've said today, official reports do say that she's used no plastic surgery to achieve this new look. She's giving credit to a lifestyle change, a great glam squad, but like I think we all know better. She's saying that her appearance is just due to her healthy lifestyle. Which, hey, look, if you don't do substances and you eat really well like she said she does, and she loves to do cleanses, then sure, that explains why she would be glowing. The statement says she's constantly getting facials and other natural beauty procedures, she's doing Pilates, she's, in the best shape she's ever been, and I'm not saying that is wrong, but I'm saying I think it's all of that and also $300K on a brand new face. But like, hey, if you can afford it, get it.
Since a viral video of Zac Efron in 2021, fans have had questions about his face and if he's had any plastic surgery done. I mean, his face just looks extremely different and it had his fans concerned. Many people just assumed he got a botched plastic surgery, but Zac did an interview with Entertainment Tonight and explained that his different looking face was due to a jaw injury in 2013. It wasn't due to a botched plastic surgery. You see, Zac broke his jaw and had to have his mouth wired shut after he was running through the house in socks, slipped and hit his face on the granite corner of a fountain and lost consciousness. When he woke up, his chin bone was hanging off his face. He added that when he was injured, the masseter muscles on the inside of his face and jaw compensated for his injury and grew massively in size, hence his transformation. Now, maybe we noticed a difference because back in 2021, Zac took some time off from physical therapy while in Australia, which accounts for the change in his appearance at the time. The masseter muscles just grew, he explained. They got really, really big. Now, at the end of 2024 and now in 2025, his look is way better. But still, there was one point where we could hardly recognize him.
Bad Bunny isn't safe from this plastic surgery secrets being revealed either. One of the most dramatic celebrity transformations debuted in recent years is his. Bad Bunny's plastic surgery rumors have been a subject of curiosity in recent years. While he hasn't confirmed any procedures, speculations about his appearance have surfaced over time. Now, his fans claim he looks a little different now, and they have pointed to possible lip fillers and nose reshaping as potential, alterations. Aged at just 30 years old, plastic surgeons say the rapper may have received filler in his lips and jawline to augment his facial features as well as a nose job. Now, in case you don't know, Bad Bunny is a successful rapper and one of the most popular reggaeton artists. His album Un Verano Sin OST was the most streamed globally in 2022 and has won several awards, including 3 Grammys. He was born in 1994 and raised in Puerto Rico. He has 2 younger brothers and was raised in the Catholic Church. Now, he attended church weekly with his mother and sang in the choir, actually. He later developed an interest, in artists he listened to on the radio, particularly Hector Lavoe and Daddy Yankee. The Bad Bunny stage name was actually birthed when Benito was forced to wear a bunny costume and was really angry about it. So, did Bad Bunny have a nose job? It's challenging to confirm this rumor, but many sources and plastic surgeons claim that the rapper did in fact receive a nose job. Jawline surgery as well, lip augmentation, which, would change his facial features. Now, the circulating Bad Bunny before and after plastic surgery photos have his fans in a frenzy as they try to figure out whether or not he underwent total face surgery. The sudden change in his jawline shape has further fueled the Bad Bunny teeth surgery rumor as well. But despite all of the rumors, it's worth noting that Bad Bunny has remained silent on the matter. In addition, Bad Bunny's transformation has triggered mixed emotions among, his fans. Some admire his courage to take the risk of experimenting with his face. At the same time, others are disappointed that he may have used plastic surgery to meet unrealistic and very unhealthy societal beauty standards. I think, if he likes it, I love it. Whatever makes you happy, do you.
Melanie Griffith admitted to having plastic surgery, but after she was criticized, she apparently had the procedure reversed. Now, Melanie had discussed the downsides of experimenting with cosmetic surgery in the recent years by saying she didn't know how addicted she had become to plastic surgery until people started saying, "Oh my god, what has she done?" In 2017, she admitted, "I had surgery 20 years ago, and then about 7 years ago, I started doing injections. I think I must have been allergic to it. I went to a different doctor, and he started dissolving all this that the other woman doctor had put in. Hopefully, I look more normal now." But some people still think she's had other procedures because she does not look like herself. But it seems like she won't be coming clean about that anytime soon.
Now, speaking of new faces, pop superstar Christina Aguilera has been open in the past about her love for Botox, while maintaining an air of subtlety in her look. But if you've looked at her in the last 6 months, it's a little more drastic than just Botox, especially when she's looking like her genie in a bottle era again. She's got this gorgeous slim figure that could be tied to weight loss substances, she's got these sculpted cheekbones, and lifted fox-like eyes. So she's, once again, been open about getting cosmetic treatments in the past, but now she basically looks like she did in 2002. And if you're turning back the clock, that's 22 years, folks. Been a minute. So cosmetic surgeons claim that over the years the singer has had very expertly placed Botox to smooth wrinkles, filler in her lips, and a possible facelift to sculpt her face and lift her eyes. So if we'd like to consult an expert again, I'm a fan of doing that, Dr. Michael Basiri-Tarani, a certified plastic surgeon in New York, was like, yeah, she looks incredible. I think her face now looks a little more mature compared to 1999. She's always had great mid-face volume, so her cheeks were always pretty full, and she had a very strong jawline and chin, which now looks even more accentuated. So like I said before, she's got this perfectly placed Botox or whatever alternative in her forehead and her eye areas, because you want to fine-tune the complexion, smooth out the lines, but that's not a permanent fix. That lasts like 3 to 4 months. But the big difference that we're all noticing is the upper third of her face. She's doing what a lot of people have been doing in the last 7 years, which is making her brow more angular and stronger. That draws the eye, it makes it appear like there's a bit more of that fox eye look that's all the rage these days. Now, another expert surgeon claims she might have undergone a deep plane facelift to lift her eyes. So apparently this procedure is more advanced than a traditional facelift. It involves lifting and repositioning deep layers of facial tissue, so it avoids the dreaded artificial pulled look of some traditional facelifts. Also, she's had a nose job, but it's very subtle, just gives her more of a pointed look, because like if you look at her nostrils closely, they're a little different. And then obviously her cheekbones and her jawline are sharp these days. And don't get me wrong, she looks fantastic. It's just very obvious.
Simon Cowell recently shared that he knew it was time to get his filler removed when he ended up scaring his own son. Cowell has admitted to getting work done in the past, and as a judge for popular talent competition shows like X Factor and America's Got Talent, he is used to being on the TV and having to put his best face forward. So he's not opposed to getting some work done, confirming he's gotten some Botox and fillers, but he admitted he may have gone a little overboard. Pretty soon, all people were talking about when it came to Cowell was his appearance. In 2022, he shared he was done with all all the fillers because they made him look a little bit scary. In his words, he looked like something out of a horror film. He could tell when he crossed a line, saying, "There was a stage where I might have gone a bit too far. I saw a picture of me from before the other day and didn't recognize it as me." He also shared that his son was in hysterics over his enhanced look. He definitely seems more comfortable in his appearance in more recent photos.
Sharon Osbourne has had plastic surgery many times, but a facelift she had in late 2021 ended up destroying her face. At the time, she said, "I had a full facelift done in October, and I looked like one of those effing mummies they wrap up with bandages," she said to the Sunday Times in April 2022, adding, "It hurt like hell. You have no idea." Sharon said that after the more than 5-hour surgery, she was left looking horrendous. She told the surgeon, "You've got to be effing joking. One eye was different than the other. I looked like an effing cyclops. I'm like, all I need is a hunchback," she said. And yeah, that sounds seriously bad. Even her husband, Ozzy Osbourne, was shocked at the results. Sharon revealed he assured her though, "I don't care how much it costs, we'll get it redone." Now she ended up getting reconstructive work done, and now she's satisfied with her appearance, but hopefully she'll stay away from getting more work now, but it seems like she's really addicted.
Khloe Kardashian is another celebrity that had such bad luck with her fillers she had no choice but to remove it. She also once implied that she feels a bit haunted by the past fillers. Khloe got fillers in 2015 but didn't actually admit to getting them until 2016, which was actually a shock to fans since the reality TV star was always so against getting work done. Speaking on her cosmetic work, Khloe said, "It did not work for me, I looked crazy, and I still think the effects are in there. I went to have it all dissolved like 3 times. She also revealed that her face went numb. However, there might be a legit reason why the fillers did not work for her. Khloe had gotten them just before a major traumatic event in her life, and her doctor later shared with her that her emotions at the time might have actually impacted those fillers. Khloe shared how she felt about everything now that it's over, saying, "It was a bummer, and now I'm afraid to do it again, and I'm almost like I swear things are still in my face."
In March of 2023, fans were shocked when they saw singer Liam Payne step out on the red carpet. Now Liam debuted a shockingly slimmed down face on the carpet, which didn't go unnoticed by fans or cosmetic surgery experts. He didn't look bad before, but his face, instead of looking soft and a little bit chubby, it looks modelish and rugged, celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Ratman Kassir said. Now as Liam debuted his new look, fans theorized that the star had undergone the popular cosmetic surgery buccal fat removal. Dr. Azza Hallam, a board-certified multi-specialist physician, says that he doesn't think that fillers alone could help Liam achieve such a defined look in the lower part of his face, so he agrees that buccal fat removal most likely played a role. Now taking to Twitter, fans voiced their appearance by saying, "No effing way Liam Payne got buccal fat removal surgery." Now safe to say fans were shocked, and I was too, as it appeared to come out of left field.
John Stamos, though, had 2 nose jobs early in his career. He claims the first one was just so bad he had to get the second to make him look more like himself. Sharing in his memoir, "If You Would Have Told Me," the actor shared that as a child he was bullied for the shape of his nose. His nickname was Big Nose Stamos. When he started making it big in Hollywood, he decided to get a nose job. Unfortunately, it didn't come out quite right and he hated it. He claimed it really didn't suit him. In the memoir he wrote, "I'm not all that happy with it. My nose looks kind of pushed up like Peter Pan or something." Unfortunately for the actor, he had to wait until his next gap between projects before he could fix the botched nose job. Stamos claims he went to the plastic surgeon that worked with Michael Jackson, so he would be in good hands. He was able to joke about his own procedure, finishing off the section of his book with, "I haven't even been on the show General Hospital for a year, and I've already graduated from the youthful newbie to the double nose job guy."
Now sources close to Lil Kim say that she spent over $19,000 to bleach her skin, get a nose job, and alter her cheekbones. In an interview in 2005, Lil Kim finally admitted to getting several nose jobs done, and back in the day, Kim was one of the first hip-hop artists to undergo plastic surgery. Now it was widely speculated that she had also undergone breast augmentation, chin and cheek fillers, and an eye lift, and speaking about why she wanted to alter her face in the same interview, Kim said, "I think I did it because I was a little too vain at the time. I was trying to be perfect, I'm a perfectionist," adding that she was a bit excessive when it came to surgery sometimes. Now looking at her past photos, there's definitely a huge difference between her face, and she doesn't even look like her old self. Dr. Jennifer Levine, a board-certified plastic surgeon, said it's clear that there's been some skin bleaching, and added that Kim has probably had her eyes done as well. But the biggest differences, according to Jennifer, are to her jawline. She could have had Botox injections under the jaw for a more chiseled look, she told Us Weekly, and And in case it's not obvious, Kim probably had filler injected into her cheeks. Now, Dove Cameron's facial transformation from 2008 to 2023 is shocking to say the least. She has changed drastically, and while some of these changes are due to her just growing up, others seem to have been done by plastic surgeons. While Dove has been transparent about her image and body issues, she hasn't admitted to receiving plastic surgery, but numerous publications, including the US Sun, have speculated that Dove received a variety of cosmetic procedures throughout her time in the spotlight. According to these sources, cosmetic and dermatological experts have spotted radical differences in her features. In fact, they allege that Dove's facial transformation was so notable that it couldn't just be from natural aging and weight loss. It's been said that she's had a nose job, cheek fillers, a fox eye lift, and more recently a buccal fat removal. Again, Dove has never admitted to this, but she could have just kept the procedures a secret.
Jennifer Lopez, the multi-talented singer, actress, and businesswoman, has repeatedly denied rumors of cosmetic enhancements. Jenny from the Block credits her radiant skin and youthful appearance to her rigorous skincare routine, healthy lifestyle, and staying hydrated. She's often said, "I've never done Botox or surgery, it's just not my thing." Okay, girl. Julia Roberts, America's sweetheart of the 90s, has been vocal about her decision to avoid plastic surgery. Roberts has stated she wants her face to tell a story and age naturally, which aligns with her preference for authenticity over perfection. But I can smell a frown line re-enhancement when I see it, please. Kate Winslet, the Rose to Leo DiCaprio's Jack, swears she's been free of cosmetic procedures, but as a founding member of the British Anti-Cosmetic Surgery League, Winslet has made it clear that she values natural beauty and aging gracefully, but according to some sources, she's actually gone under a handful of times. Meryl Streep, as one of Hollywood's most respected actresses, Streep has openly embraced aging. She has said that the secret to her timeless beauty is self-confidence and staying passionate about her craft. You know what? This one, yes, I actually do believe her. Selma Hayek, known for her glowing skin and her hit 90s movie Fools Rush In, Selma Hayek insists she's never used Botox or fillers or any cosmetic surgery. She attributes her youthful look to her grandmother's natural beauty tips and her love of beauty oils, which she incorporates into her skincare regime. Now, I mean, can we get some of Granny's tips then? Brooke Shields, LOL, because come on girl, the iconic actress and model has said she's never felt the need for plastic surgery or injections. Shields believes in aging naturally and has shared that she relies on proper skincare and a healthy lifestyle to maintain her appearance. But give me a break, even Ray Charles can see that she's had work done. Next, Diane Keaton, known for her unique sense of style and charisma, Diane Keaton has consistently denied having any cosmetic procedures done. She credits her ageless charm to her skincare routine and her confidence in being herself. You know what, I give her a pass too. Drew Barrymore. In an interview with People magazine, Drew Barrymore said she has avoided plastic surgery and hopes to continue doing so. She said, "I have zero judgment for anyone doing anything, but I don't see myself resorting to it." The Drew Barrymore show host, who said she has a highly addictive personality, revealed her fear, that she would be obsessed over it. That played a huge role in her decision to just age naturally instead. You know what, honestly, I love me some Drew, so I'm gonna stay silent on this one. Kate Beckinsale, another time for a good chuckle, because that tight skin face ain't fooling no one, girl. According to the actress, she previously asked a plastic surgeon to confirm that she's never had any work done. However, hurtful comments continuously barged into her life. Beckinsale said, "The fact that one of the major things I am bullied about is an assumption that I can't handle the idea of getting older is so deeply ironic when my all-consuming terror was that I never thought I'd even see the end of my 20s. Honestly, she said a lot while kind of saying nothing. So girl, whatever you say. Nicole Kidman, listen, I love her, so don't come for me, but she is denied having work done so many times I honestly can't keep up. The only reason I'm mentioning her is because she finally admitted to having Botox, and just like a lie that you can't seem to remember the pieces to and it gets all messed up, this is that situation. She has said no so many times to like anything that now that she said yes to one, it's like, come on girl, just admit to all of it. It's okay, this is show business, baby. Paris Hilton, she's been called out too many times for claiming that she's never not only had any plastic surgery done, but not even Botox or anything. I don't think I need to elaborate on this one. I know you're raising your eyebrows with me.
Everyone is asking, what has happened to Madonna? It seems like her look is ever changing, and a lot of people think it's due to her getting plastic surgery after plastic surgery. surgery. In the 90s, it was rumored that she first started to get plastic surgery as her face began to change. While unconfirmed, rumors at the time suggested that the star was experimenting with Botox, as well as undergoing a nose job. Another rumor came around the time of her 1990 Justify My Love video, when it was alleged that Madonna had collagen injections to give her lips a fuller bee-stung look. When Madonna appeared to display facial bruising in 2008, it prompted some people to think that she had undergone lower eyelid surgery. Now, there are also claims that her wrinkle-free skin was the result of a ribbon lift. Madonna admitted she hardly recognized the face she sees in old photos, saying, "I don't regret any of it, but I do sometimes think, oh my god, what was I thinking?" Then, in the 2012s, it was revealed that Madonna was a fan of dermatologist Dr. Frederick Brandt, also known as Botox Baron. While she made no secret about being a fan of the doctor, she claimed that she had not had Botox injections. Discussing how she had developed a new fuller texture to her skin, the musician credited her family strict macrobiotic diet. She added that, "I am certainly not against plastic surgery, however, I am absolutely against having to discuss it." But then in 2023, that's when people really took notice of her changed appearance and called her botched. After a 2023 appearance at the Grammys, some noticed that she appeared to have a more swollen, tighter look to her face. A plastic surgeon spoke out about this, saying that he believes Madonna not only had a facelift, which he said was obvious because her skin appeared tight and pulled back with no wrinkles, but that she also received a nose job. Now, several days after the Grammys, Madonna took to Instagram where she shared a photo of her face, and she captioned the post, "Look at how cute I am now that the swelling from surgery has gone down, LOL." Now, people said that she had a pillow face and she was way too puffy in her appearance, and fans were actually worried that she was going overboard with her looks. Then in March of this year, she stunned fans with a smooth face at her Oscars after party. One user online commented on her photos saying, "Whatever she has done or undone, M is looking incredible lately. Your face filler gone." Yes, with her face slimmer and smoother, people are now loving her new look. One fan commented, "She looks so much better now, the surgeon is a hero." And another hoped the star wouldn't get more filler injections, saying the puffiness from her face seems to have subsided. "I hope she doesn't add more fillers," and she actually looks much less plastic in this picture.
Is Selena Gomez obsessed with fillers? Somebody fill me in, why don't you? Because if fillers are so good, why does her face look destroyed? Let's be real here for a second, because the internet is doing what the internet does best right now, spiraling, of course. Selena Gomez is trending again, and this time it is not for music, not for acting, not even for rare beauty. It is because people are convinced her face has changed so much that they are now throwing words like, filler, substance dependency, and botched, and honestly, some of you are doing the absolute most. But here is where things actually get a little interesting, because the latest wave of drama started after Selena was spotted leaving a high-end cosmetic clinic in Beverly Hills, and the second those people, or those photos, should I say, hit the internet, it was over. People went full FBI mode. Zooming in, we're talking comparing old photos, writing, dissertations and comment sections like they've kind of just graduated from plastic surgery university, and the reactions, they were brutal, right? We're talking, people saying that she ruined her face, saying she needs to stop with so much filler, saying she looks completely different, just full on chaos. But here is the part nobody wants to talk about. There is still zero confirmation that she actually had any surgery done. Like none. The same clinic she was seen leaving is known for non-surgical treatments, facial, skin tightening, cosmetic maintenance, the kind of stuff, half of Hollywood does, before red carpets so they do not look like they have not slept since 2016. So people are basically, building a whole narrative off of vibes and paparazzi photos, which is nothing new. And again, Selena has been dealing with these rumors for years. Every time her face looks slightly different or her tone of voice changes, the internet immediately screams fillers, surgery, something must be wrong, Meanwhile, she has literally said out of her own mouth that she only had Botox and nothing else, but who knows, maybe too much Botox. And there is something else people conveniently forget. her health. Selena has lupus, right? She has been very open about it. You know, the medications alone can cause weight fluctuations, facial swelling, and changes in her appearance that will come and go. So, I mean, one month she looks different, the next month she looks different again. And suddenly TikTok thinks it's, you know, cracked a conspiracy theory code. I mean, relax, you know, let's not act innocent here either, because celebrity culture absolutely feeds into this obsession. When you are constantly in the spotlight, constantly photographed, constantly compared to your younger self, yeah, people are going to speculate, you know, and social media makes it 10 times worse. I mean, you have entire communities dedicated to analyzing celebrities' faces like it is a science project. I mean, angles, lighting, expressions, everything gets picked apart. And then suddenly, you know, a narrative is born. Selena is, you know, dependent on fillers. Selena ruined her face. Selena is unrecognizable. And none of it is actually confirmed. I mean, now does her face look different compared to 10 years ago? Yes, absolutely. But newsflash, so does literally everyone else's. I mean, aging, you know, weight changes, makeup, trends, lighting, medical treatments, all of that plays a role. But instead of acknowledging that, people jump straight to the most dramatic explanation possible, which is, you know, she must have done a bunch of fillers and surgery, because drama gets clicks. And right now, Selena Gomez, she's the headline. So is this actually a case of someone destroying their face with fillers? Or is this another example of the internet doing what it always does, exaggerating, speculating, and running with a story that was never fully real to begin with?
Michael Jackson looked extremely different from the beginning of his career right up until his death. Now, a lot of people think this was due to plastic surgery and various health issues he had. One of the most noticeable changes was his nose. Now, he actually eventually admitted to getting a nose job in a 2003 documentary with Martin Bashir. He said, "I had no plastic surgery on my face, just my nose. It helped me breathe better so I can hit higher notes. I'm telling you the honest truth. I didn't do anything to my face," he said. Then there was the issue of his skin color though. Michael told Oprah Winfrey back in the early 90s that he suffered from vitiligo, a skin condition that created pale blotches on his body. His dermatologist, Dr. Arnold Klein, confirmed that in 2009, saying his was bad because he began to get a totally speckled look all over his body. It was all over his body, but on his face significantly, and his hands, which were very difficult to treat. Now, it's been rumored that he used bleaching cream to make his skin tone more even. However, other experts have claimed that Michael had a lot more done than just one nose job and skin lightening. Michael got his first nose job in 1979, and he claimed he got the surgery not because he wanted a smaller nose, but because he broke it during a dance rehearsal and needed an operation. But then he got it done more times. Now, LaToya Jackson appeared to follow in her brother's footsteps when it came to getting botched plastic surgery, especially on her nose. On October 13th, 2017, LaToya was spotted dashing out of a drugstore. Now, strangely, she was wearing a hairnet, leading sources to speculate that she'd undergone cosmetic work earlier in the day. Now, this is valid for people to assume because if you look at photos of her throughout the years, you can literally see her nose shrinking, and obviously that's not natural. As her face evolution was then reviewed by a panel of America's top plastic surgeons, and while none of them had treated LaToya, they all agreed that she's undergone the knife for multiple nose jobs. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Lisa Rinna turned heads recently, and not in a good way, due to how her face looked. Now, Lisa attended the 2024 Fashion Trust US Awards in Beverly Hills in April, but as soon as photos and videos were released to the star, people began questioning her looks, claiming that she had too much face filler. Now, Lisa then responded to the comments about her looks, saying that she used SkinVive, which is described by the FDA as a gel implant or dermal filler that is injected in specific areas of facial tissue to add definition or reduce the appearance of lines and wrinkles. Now, she said this was not good for her. SkinVive is not good for everyone, and it was not good for me. Luckily, we could dissolve it today. Phew, she wrote. Now, there were also concerns of her lip fillers that she's had in the past, as the silicone caused hard and bumpy scar tissue on her lips. Now, Madonna's face has been ever changing, and there's been a lot of speculation that she's gotten a lot of work done. But in 2023, she finally admitted that she had plastic surgery, but she has not revealed what the procedures were or how often she's gone under the knife. Board-certified surgeon Dr. Barry Winterbob, who reviewed before and after images of Madonna, said he saw signs of at least 12 cosmetic facial procedures, which he estimates would have cost multiple six-figure sums, which is not surprising at all. Now, accusations really came to a head after the singer presented an award at the 2023 Grammys. She looked nothing like her past self, and fans were calling her out on social media for her excessive plastic surgery. Now, it's been reported that she was affected by these comments, and she accused those of making the comments of ageism and misogyny at the time, but later admitted to having plastic surgery after posting a photo with the caption, "Look at how cute I am now that the swelling from surgery has gone down, LOL." Now, this isn't the first time that fans have accused Madonna of trying out plastic surgery, as in the 1990s there were rumors that she was trying out Botox and was undergoing a nose job. She's never confirmed or denied these allegations, but looking at photos of her and comparing them, you can tell there's a huge difference, which you can't just attribute to aging. Now, Joan Rivers was the queen of plastic surgery. Joan passed away in September 2014, and afterwards, her daughter Melissa wrote a memoir called The Book of Joan: Tales of Mirth, Mischief, and Manipulation as a tribute to her life. In the memoir, though, she revealed that Joan had 348 cosmetic operations over her life and was never happy with the way that she looked, which fed into her sense of being less than. Now, that is truly just insane to me. Now, when speaking about the plastic surgery, Joan said, "My motto is better a new face coming out of an old car than an old face coming out of a new car." Now, Joan admitted to having Botox injections, several nose jobs, an eye tuck, liposuction, and a few facelifts. Now, in the end, Joan passed away due to a botched elective surgery she was having on her throat, and every surgery had a risk, but she didn't care, which in the end contributed to her death. Heidi Montag went overboard when it came to plastic surgery. I'm honestly surprised that no one put a stop to it because it seemed so dangerous. In 2010, she had 10 cosmetic procedures done in one day. Yes, 10 of them. Now, the star was just 23 years old at the time, with the surgeries including a chin reduction, liposuction, a breast augmentation, a brow lift, rhinoplasty revision, facial fat injections, and an ear pinning surgery. Ahead of her operations, her surgeon told her that she would recover within a few months, but it actually took her over a year to get back on her feet and back to normal. "I could barely talk, my jaw, I had part of my chin sawed off. I mean, it was really a lot," she said. "We had to have houses at the house for months to help me recover." Now, she also had something really scary happen during the procedures that she finally spoke about in 2018. She told Paper Magazine that she actually died for a minute at the recovery center post-surgery, after she was given an incorrect dose of a painkiller. "My security guards called Spencer, who is her husband, and told him Heidi's heart stopped, she's not going to make it," she told the publication. Yeah, it's absolutely insane that she was able to get all of that done at the same time, and shame on the surgeon who did that to her. And now we have Tara Reid admitting to getting a botched boob job and body contouring procedures in the past. Now, in an interview, she said that she consulted a plastic surgeon in 2004 and she asked for big B's, but instead he gave her C cups and she didn't want them. Now, after the surgery, she immediately noticed that her nipples were deformed. But after 6 months of "it's going to get better," it started to get worse and worse. "I never thought I'd have nipples that looked like this," she said. Then, to make things worse, she had a nip slip on the red carpet at P. Diddy's 35th birthday party in New York. Now, it wasn't just the fact that she had a nip slip that made headlines, it was because it was revealed to the world that her boob job was botched. Now, instead of her areola being a perfect round circle, hers was different, as if a chunk had been cut out, and after the incident, Tara was labeled Franken nipple and later had to explain that her plastic surgery had gone wrong. She said, "I was already dealing with what it looked like, the last thing I wanted to happen was have the whole world see it." Now, she also had a procedure called body contouring done by the same surgeon and was unhappy with the results. "My stomach became the most ripply, bulgy thing," she said. "I had a hernia, this huge bump next to my belly button. As a result, I couldn't wear a bikini, I lost a lot of work." Years later, after doing some thorough research on doctors, she went under the knife again to get the previously botched jobs corrected. She says that she saw a therapist for about a year to get help with her confidence issues and she settled down. Thankfully, she seems to be happy with how she looks now, but but I can't imagine all the physical and mental pain that she went through with those first surgeries.
Starting us off at number 10, Kylie Jenner. Kylie's before and after plastic surgery photos are something to behold. Pictures of Kylie's face before her fillers and whatnot have been circulating the internet for years because some people think that her glow up from when she was a kid till now is too good to be true. We know that Kylie's gotten her lips done because it's kind of what she's famous for, but there are some other obvious tweaks done to her face as well. Though Kylie has said that she's never gotten real surgery done to her face, she has admitted to using fillers to make herself look the way she does now. There are people who believe that she's had some form of lipo or implant, but Kylie has denied those allegations. The bottom line here is that she's gotten a lot of fillers to the point that her face structure looks completely different to when she was younger. This could be the result of her face maturing, but she's only 23 and she looks a lot more mature than that, at least to me. She's 3 years older than me and I still look like I'm 12 in comparison. At number 9, Adele. Adele's before and after weight loss transformation is incredible. She's always looked beautiful, but after her dramatic weight loss, she's looking like a completely different person altogether. Some are even saying that she looks like Sarah Paulson, which I kind of see. According to sources, she's lost so much weight due to her exercise regime, but mostly her diet. Apparently the singer consumes only 1,000 calories a day and drinks a lot of green juice. I wonder if that was celery juice. Does anyone else remember that craze? I tried it out for a while. It's absolutely disgusting, but it makes you feel really good. Throughout the year, Adele has been sharing photos to her Instagram that have been documenting her weight loss and has been getting a lot of praise for it. She's doing amazing, though some people are still criticizing her weight, saying that she's still too thick or she's too thin. To those people, I would like to say, if it's not your body, you shouldn't have an opinion. As long as Adele is happy and healthy, that's all that matters. In at 8, Khloe Kardashian. I'm sure we've all seen our share of celebrity Photoshop fails over the years. You know, the ones that make people look completely different than they do in real life. Those before and after photos are something else. Well, one celebrity whose before photo looked nothing like her after is none other than Khloe Kardashian. The picture in question here is from back in May when she posted this. If you look at any of Khloe's other pictures, you'll see that she looks nothing like the woman in this heavily edited picture. When the picture was first posted, people thought that she had just gotten a lot of plastic surgery done, but nope, that's not surgery, it's Photoshop. How do I know this for sure? Just take a closer look at the necklace in this photo. Do you see the mistake? Her necklace is literally like embedded into her skin. Obviously her neck has been edited since the chain has gone into her body or something. Also her face is a completely different face altogether, so need I say more? Coming in at number 7, Robert Downey Jr. Here's a before and after you might not have expected. Robert Downey Jr. may be the big shot actor he is now thanks to his role as Tony Stark in the MCU, but before that he had pretty much hit rock bottom and has actually served time behind bars. In 1996, RDJ was caught with illegal substances and a firearm in his car after being pulled over for speeding. As a result of this, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison in 1999 for violating his probation. He served 1 year out of his 3-year sentence before being released in 2000. After his release, he went to rehab and turned his life around, booking more jobs and eventually ending up with the role of Iron Man as we know him today. He's definitely a different man now from who he was back in his prison days, so I think this is a dramatic before and after change. In at 6, Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson has risen to fame from her time on American Idol to her Oscar-winning role in the film Dreamgirls. She's known for her dynamic voice and acting skills, but she also became known for her weight loss as well. Her before and after weight loss is similar to Adele's because they both look so different. Jennifer has been very vocal about her weight loss journey and how she decided to take the plunge and diet after the birth of her son. Jennifer has said that she joined Weight Watchers and lost 80 pounds with the program. Since then, she shared her diet and exercise routines with her fans to show how she's kept up with her health since dropping the weight. I love watching these transformations, not because I'm looking for stars to have a certain body type, because honestly I could care less about what their bodies look like, but I love seeing the dedication that they have to their lifestyle changes because I know that losing weight isn't easy in the slightest, and it's incredible to see how hard these people work to achieve something. It's actually really inspiring to see. Halfway through at number 5, Ashton Kutcher. Let's talk about Ashton Kutcher before he was famous. Before Ashton found fame, he was a biomedical engineering student at the University of Iowa, and if you know anything about post-secondary education in North America, specifically in the US, you'll know that going to college is freaking expensive. It costs tens of thousands of dollars just to get an education, and a lot of people can't afford that. So here's Ashton, a struggling struggling student looking for a way to pay for college. Obviously at this time he hadn't gotten his big break, so what did he do? He got a janitorial job at a General Mills plant, sweeping cereal dust off the floor. That sounds pretty tasty to me. Imagine how sweet the air would smell in those buildings with the sugary cereal particles floating in the air. Anyway, Ashton worked here making money for college, and as a side hustle to make more money, he reportedly sold his plasma. He didn't have to work these jobs for too long since he got discovered by a talent manager at a bar and he got into male modeling, so he dropped out of school to do that full time. But now look at him, a big time actor who started out sweeping cereal dust. In at 4, Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito, the man, the myth, the legend. Before he started Blastin', he was just a simple guy with a simple job. Before he found his fame, he was actually a beautician for dead people. After Danny finished high school, his older sister paid for him to go to hairdressing school, and once he graduated, he got a job at a mortuary styling the hair of dead people. Danny was mostly in charge of styling women's hair because of his education in beauty school. In an interview, Danny talked about his bizarre job where he said that though he'd styled a few younger women, most of his clientele were old women from Jersey Shore who had passed away. This may seem sad and morbid, but Danny made his job a little more lighthearted by thinking about the fact that he had free range with the hairstyles he was doing since his clients were dead and they couldn't really say that they didn't like what he was doing. I mean, I guess that's a bright side. I would say that it's crazy how Danny went from doing dead people's hair to being an actor, but it's Danny DeVito. He's such an unusual and eccentric guy that this kind of job seems fitting for him. Coming in at number 3, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Here's another person who's different after coming out of prison. Rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine started his career off strong. He had hit music, he had fans, and he made some friends in some high places, but it wasn't until he went to prison that we saw a drastic change in his image. Tekashi was sentenced in a connection to a case involving his gang and was arrested for possession of illegal firearms and attempted murder, to which he pleaded guilty. But everyone knows him as the guy who snitched. He was facing a possible life sentence, so instead of serving that, he made a deal with prosecutors to cooperate with the investigation in order to have his sentence reduced, which is exactly what he did. Though he did serve some time in prison, he was recently released, but now he has a bad reputation. Tekashi though has said that he would have rather become a snitch and be able to see his child and provide for his family than be locked up for the rest of his life. He's beginning to make a comeback, and I'm sure that in the future people will forget about this whole ordeal, but for now his reputation is very different from what it was before his trial. At number 2, Michael Jackson. I think we can all agree that Michael Jackson looked completely different at the end of his life compared to how he looked when he was younger. This had a lot to do with the numerous plastic surgeries. He had work done to his lips, his nose, his chin, and he had received facelifts and cosmetic tattooing. Michael had work done to his lips to make them look fuller after years of them losing shape. He had cosmetic tattooing done to line his lips, giving them a fuller shape. He had his infamous nose jobs, though the reasons for these procedures are shrouded in mystery. Some say it was for cosmetics and others say that it was for airflow to help him hit higher notes when he was singing. He's also had work done to his chin to give him a cleft. He received facelifts to tighten his skin after it began losing its elasticity because of the skin lightening products he was using to even out his complexion due to his vitiligo. And he had his scalp tattooed to cover up the bald spots on his head left behind from using chemical relaxers to alter the texture of his hair. At the end of his life, Michael was a completely different man from who he used to look like. People suspected that he had body dysmorphia, and that's why he was constantly altering his appearance, but we may never really know for sure. Finally, in at number 1, Johnny Depp. Today we know Johnny Depp as being an incredible actor and the center of a messy lawsuit with ex-wife Amber Heard. But before all this drama, he actually held a job as a telemarketer, though he wasn't very good at his job. Johnny was a telemarketer selling pens and scamming people. In an interview, Johnny opened up about his job, saying that he only ever sold one thing, and after selling, he talked the customer out of buying the items. He said that with this job, you had to make up a name and call people telling them that they were eligible to win a grandfather clock or a trip to Tahiti. Those two things aren't even close to each other. I don't know why, but I don't know. Ask the company. Once Johnny made a sale, he said that he felt so guilty about scamming the guy that he actually talked him out of making the purchase. He literally told the customer that he was being scammed. I think that's like the #1 rule of scamming, like don't tell them. Johnny is probably the worst telemarketer there ever was, but it's okay because he got his big break and now he's a big time actor, so I guess it's just water under the bridge.
Number 10, Kendall Jenner. Now, there have been rumors about the Kardashian crew getting cosmetic surgery since the moment that they first appeared on screen. Each and every member of this family has been accused of having either a nose job or cheek fillers, but Kendall has one noticeable difference that stands out from the rest of her family. In side-by-sides, Kendall's eyes are actually larger than they once were, as well as more almond-shaped. Several doctors have chimed in online and claimed that there's no way she could achieve this look just by using makeup, unless, there's some special magical substance that yanks your face back, which probably exists, but it's suspicious, which is basically what a ponytail facelift is, so it's really the only real explanation. Number 9, Selena Gomez. The former Wizards of Waverly Place star has been dodging surgery rumors left and right for a very long time. Fans have noticed her face changing over the years. Side-by-sides from her Disney days till now show drastic changes in her facial features. Not only does she clearly have some kind of cheek fillers, but her eyes are a lot more cat-like than the original form. Selena has admitted to using skincare products in the past, designated to enhance features without the need of invasive surgeries. However, no foundation on this earth can give Selena the features that she currently has. It comes as no surprise to learn that Selena is actually a spokesperson for several beauty and cosmetic brands and has adamantly denied that she has received any major surgeries over the years. She's been shutting down rumors left and right for a very long time, even deleting photos from her Instagram because they received such massive slews of negative comments. Now, while it's never been confirmed if she's actually received any kind of work, just watching her on screen is enough to prove that the young Alex Russo that a lot of people grew up with has vanished into thin air. Number 8, Bella Hadid. Bella is actually one of the main reasons that this surgery is becoming so popular. When you compare photos of Bella 10 years ago to the ones that are taken this year, it is night and day. Not only have her cheeks noticeably shrunken and become more toned, but her eyes are a lot more almond-shaped, and Bella was one of the first people to openly admit to receiving this treatment as a way to further enhance her already obvious beauty. Bella has been drenched in plastic surgery rumors for a long time, and in 2018 she clapped back at her so-called haters, telling them that she was horrified of what plastic surgery could do to her face. While this ponytail surgery is not the most extreme surgery there is, it's still an invasive one, and it's one of the more sensitive areas of your face to take care of, but that's okay as long as nothing gets, injected into your eyeballs, right? Everything's fine. Number 7, Nicki Minaj. When it comes to Nicki Minaj and plastic surgery, she only has one response. What's good, Miley? No, she denies it. Rumors have been flying around since the moment she first appeared on our screens and stages, and over the years, fans claim to have inside information that Nicki has received cheek implants, both on her face and on her backside, with one of her closest friends turning on her in 2013 and claiming that she was given the 411 on the big old buns, but as with many things involved with her looks, Nicki denies any enhancements of any kind. However, it doesn't take a super sleuth to realize that she has totally received some kind of work, right? Whether it's plastic surgery or not, she just looks different. Side-by-sides show that Nicki didn't have these naturally almond eyes like she has now when she first appeared on our screens. She may have never confirmed the surgery with her lips, but most certainly did with her face, because it looks different. Number 6, Ariana Grande. We have accepted that the former Nickelodeon star may have had some subtle procedures such as fillers, maybe some rhinoplasty. The jury's still out on whether she had a nose job, as Ariana has never confirmed this and actually went as far as denying it on Twitter, although she does have a habit of sometimes editing her nose on Instagram, so who knows? But we can't ignore the changes that we've seen this year. The singer has been rumored to have even more cosmetic surgeries towards the end of this year, causing her to look unrecognizable. The redhead that we loved on Victorious and Sam and Cat seems like a totally different person. Ariana's eyes are more almond-shaped, she has dimples in her cheeks when she smiles, and she never used to have. Ariana has never confirmed if she's received surgery or not, but the face that we know and love is hidden behind a new Ariana. Number 5, Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger is a former model whose face has looked suspiciously smooth and wrinkle-free in recent years, leaving many to believe that she has had some kind of work done. A few years ago, a plastic surgeon named Dr. Omar Tillo weighed in on it to express, and he said that he thinks that she's received Botox, cat eye surgery, and dermal fillers. He claims that if you look at previous photos, you can see apparent lines and wrinkles around Kim's eyes, and these could be treated with anti-wrinkle injectables like Botox. She has also clear lines around her mouth area, which could be the result of of being smoothed out with dermal fillers, Kim's skin is also much fresher and has more of a complexion. This could be due to several factors like laser treatments. A second expert named Reza Nazab agreed and added that he believed that she might have also had a fat transfer or a facelift. This could explain the almond-shaped eyes behind the massive cheeks. Back in 2012, Kim's daughter, Ireland Baldwin, insisted that her mother had not received any plastic surgery while calling her the most naturally beautiful woman that there ever was or will be. Ladies, if you want to avoid any Botox, any other skin treatments, just listen to Ireland's mom. She hasn't had one treatment done because she stayed completely out of the sun all those years. She wrote it on an Instagram post. Kim herself has never addressed speculation surrounding her looks. Number 4, Catherine Zeta-Jones. When she attended the premiere of Entrapment in June 1999, she had the beginnings of crow's feet, especially when she smiled. But as the years went by, it seemed like those crow's feet vanished into thin air. And by the time this past year rolled around, she made a return to the mainstream, starring as Morticia Addams in the Netflix series Wednesday. She was a completely different human being, according to fans. Her skin was so smooth and her eyes were smaller than they once were, looking exactly like you would picture a person with fresh cat eye surgery to look like. Catherine was rumored to have received surgery after she was photographed entering a clinic in Beverly Hills, and she never confirmed that she received this specific surgery, but it's impossible to hide the obvious changes in the shape and face conditions. Number 3, Lil Kim. For the past 25 years, she's been pushing the boundaries as a female rapper and breaking records. Lil Kim's also considered to have pioneered mainstream love-positive feminism in hip-hop and has carved a path for many contemporary artists like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and Kash Doll. In addition to her unique sound and lyrical matters, she's known for her breathtaking, flamboyant fashion style and advocacy work for various causes. However, the American rapper served as an unforgettable MTV moment that made heads turn a few years ago. It's tough to deny her natural presence and beauty. After her lip surgery and a series of facial surgeries, she became unrecognizable to fans. Literally, people at her concerts were like, "Hey, who's that?" This speaks volumes, especially in front of the people who adore you the most. It also means that Lil Kim had too much work done. Staying relevant in the scene can be challenging as more female rappers rise to fame. Unfortunately, Lil Kim's attempts to fix her perceived natural flaws took her commanding presence and gorgeous looks away. Number 2, Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay got her big break when Disney casted her to play 2 roles in the classic family comedy The Parent Trap. She played twin sisters Hallie Parker and Annie James, who randomly meet at a summer camp and discover their parents split them up when they were babies. The twins then hatch a plot to get mom and dad back together, and it is a great movie. I love it so much. Her career only seemed to rise from there, starring in cult classics like Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis and Mean Girls as, the main character, Cady Heron. Unfortunately, her character took a step in the wrong direction when she was arrested in 2007 for driving under the influence of a controlled substance, for which she served 84 minutes in jail. Yes, minutes. Some people spend years in jail, but Lindsay got a little warning because she's Lindsay Lohan. Until 2022, her career was at an abrupt standstill, and she decided to take that time to make some cosmetic adjustments. She got some work done to herself, and the little Lindsay that we grew up with is now trapped behind a thin layer of silicone. Number 1, Cardi B. Cardi B has never been coy about the plastic surgery procedures that she's had done. During an Instagram Live in December 2022, she talked about a procedure she had done to her butt years ago, and it gave her followers a word of advice while doing so. Following the birth of her son, Wave, in 2021, Cardi B said that people thought she had work done when in reality she had gotten surgery in August to have 95% of her bipolymer bum injections removed. She went on to say that you should do your research and listen to doctors, and not just with, injections, but also anything involving your rear and all the other plastic surgeries and cosmetic surgeries as well. Like, really, just double check your sources, people. In 2019, the rapper got candid about having to cancel and postpone shows because of the need to recover from liposuction. And on Twitter, she talked about having to miss work for 2 weeks because of it. That same year, Cardi also told Entertainment Tonight that she had a chest lift after giving birth to her daughter, Culture, and was unhappy with needing to take time off. So Cardi's biggest thing is not that the procedures are bad themselves, but with the recovery time that it seems to take. Well, fear no more, Instalift is probably on its way, which is, I don't know, maybe that's a thing. I'm not a scientist. Number 10, Madonna. What is there to say about this woman's career? Madonna has been stuck in our heads since we first heard her hits like Material Girls and Crazy for You. What may have also gotten stuck in your head though was just how gorgeous this woman once was. In the 1980s, Madonna was well known for her stylish duds and big blonde hair, at times channeling some serious Marilyn Monroe energy. It was unfortunate that Madonna felt the need to fall into the world of plastic surgery and injections as she got older. Photo comparisons from the 80s to now showcase the major changes, with her forehead appearing to be pushed out, as well as her cheeks and her lips being filled with enough Botox to give her the appearance of someone wearing a mask of Madonna over their own face. What's more is this combination seems to have molded her eyes into the almond shape of the cat. Fans have always been left wondering what she may have looked like if she never got any surgery. Would she still be a material girl, or would that material be riddled with stain? Number 9. Kendall Jenner. There have been rumors about the Kardashian crew getting cosmetic surgery since the moment that they first appeared on our screens. Each and every member of that family are accused of having either a nose job or cheek fillers, but Kendall has one noticeable difference that stands out from the rest. In side-by-sides, Kendall's eyes are actually a little bit larger than they once were, as well as more almond-shaped. Several doctors have chimed in online and claimed that there is no way she could have achieved this look by simply using cosmetics, unless they have some kind of a magical substance that yanks your face back, but it probably exists, but that's still very suspicious. Number 8. Bella Hadid. Bella is actually one of the main reasons that this surgery has become so popular. When you compare photos of Bella 10 years ago to ones taken this year, it's night and day. Not only have her cheeks noticeably shrunken and become more toned, but her eyes are more almond-shaped and cat-like. Bella was one of the first people to openly admit to receiving the treatment as a way to further enhance her already obvious beauty. Bella has been drenched in plastic surgery rumors for a long time. In 2018, she clapped back at her so-called haters, telling them that she was horrified of what plastic surgery may do to her face. While cat eye is not considered to be plastic surgery, it's still an invasion of one of the most sensitive areas of your face. But I guess that's okay. As long as nothing gets injected into her eyeball, everything's fine. Number 7. Selena Gomez. The former Wizards of Waverly Place star has been dodging surgery rumors left and right for a very long time. Fans have noticed her face changing over the years. The side-by-sides from her Disney days show drastic changes in her facial features. Not only does she clearly have some kind of a cheek filler, but her eyes are much more cat-like than the original form. Selena has admitted to using skincare products in the past designed to enhance features without the need of invasive surgery. However, no foundation on this earth can give Selena the features that she currently possesses. It comes as no surprise that Selena is actually a spokesperson for several beauty and cosmetic brands and has adamantly denied that she has received any kind of major surgeries. She's been shutting down rumors left and right for a very long time, even deleting photos from Instagram because they received such massive slews of negative comments. While it's never been confirmed if she actually received any work, just watching her on screen these days is enough to prove that the young Alex Russo we once knew has vanished into thin air. Number 6. Nicki Minaj. When it comes to Nicki Minaj and plastic surgery, she only has one response. What's good? No, she just denies it. Rumors have been flying around since the moment she first appeared on our screens and stages. Over the years, fans claim to have inside information that Nicki has received cheek implants, both in her face and her backside, with one of her closest friends turning on her in 2013 and claiming that she was given the 411 on the big old buns. But as with many things involving her looks, Nicki denies any enhancements of any kind. However, it doesn't take a super sleuth to realize that she has totally received some kind of work on her face. Side-by-sides show that Nicki did not have naturally shaped almond eyes when she first appeared on our screens. She may have never confirmed the surgery with her lips, but most certainly did with her eyes, because they're not the right shape now. Number 5. Ariana Grande. We have accepted that the former Nickelodeon star may have had some subtle procedures such as fillers or maybe even a rhinoplasty done. The jury's still out on whether or not she's had a nose job, as Ariana has never confirmed this and actually went as far to denying it on Twitter, although she does have a habit of sometimes editing her nose on Instagram, so it's kind of wishy-washy. We can't ignore the changes that we have seen in the past few years. The Santa Tell Me singer has been rumored to have had even more cosmetic procedures towards the end of 2022, causing her to look almost unrecognizable. The redhead that we all loved on Victorious and Sam and Cat seems to be a totally different person now. Ariana's eyes are more almond shaped, and she now has dimples in her cheeks when she smiles that she just never used to have. Ariana has never confirmed if she's received the surgery or not, but the face that we all knew and loved is hidden behind this new Ariana. Number 4. Kim Basinger. The 69-year-old actress and former model's face has looked suspiciously smooth and wrinkle-free in recent years, leaving many to believe that she's had some work done. A few years ago, a plastic surgeon named Dr. Omar Tillo weighed in on it to express his side, and he said that he thinks that she's received Botox, cat eye surgery, and dermal fillers. He claimed that if you look at previous photos, you can see apparent lines and wrinkles around Kim's eyes. These could be treated with anti-wrinkle injectables such as Botox. She also has clear lines around her mouth, which could be the result of being smoothed out with dermal fillers. Kim's skin also seems to be fresher with a more even complexion. This could be due to several factors, such as laser treatments. A second expert named Reza Nizab agreed and added that he believed she might have also had a fat transfer or a facelift. This could explain the almond-shaped eyes behind the massive cheeks. Back in 2012, Kim's daughter, Ireland Baldwin, insisted that her mother had not received any plastic surgery, while calling her the most naturally beautiful woman there ever was or will be. Ladies, if you want to avoid Botox and any other skin treatment, he said, ladies, if you want to avoid Botox or other skin treatments, listen to my mom. She hasn't had one treatment done because she stayed completely out of the sun all these years. Yeah, she wrote that on Instagram. I don't think that's true. Kim herself has never actually addressed the speculation surrounding her looks, but number 3, Renee Zellweger. When we first met Renee in the cult classic Empire Records, she was a baby face with bangs and brown lipstick, but nowadays she is unrecognizable. After making a name for herself starring as Bridget Jones, she continued to star in several comedies and romantic flicks alongside performers like Jim Carrey, Keanu Reeves, and Tom Cruise. In 2019, she reinvented herself, appearing on the show What If on Netflix. Fans were shocked to see the differences between her 90s Lori and her current state. Her eyes were noticeably smaller, her cheeks were more pronounced, and according to several sources, she had received cat eye surgery a few years back to help combat the effects of aging. What it accidentally did was make it so that Renee always looked like she's squinting. While she delivered a solid performance on the show, fans were distracted by the stiff facial features of their main actor. Number 2, Catherine Zeta-Jones. When she attended the premiere of Entrapment in June 1999, she had the beginnings of crow's feet, especially when she smiled, but as the years went by, it seemed like the crow's feet vanished into thin air. By the time this past year rolled around and she made a return to the mainstream starring as Morticia Addams in the Netflix series Wednesday, she was a completely different human being. Her skin was so smooth and her eyes were smaller than they once were, looking exactly like you would picture a person with fresh cat eye surgery to look. Catherine was rumored to have received surgery after she was photographed entering a clinic in Beverly Hills. She's never actually confirmed that she received this specific surgery, but it's pretty impossible to hide the obvious changes in the shape and condition of your face. Number 1, Jocelyn Wildenstein. This New York socialite is no stranger to the world of media. Ever since the mid-1990s, she's been famous around the world for being a literal cat woman, having received so many plastic surgeries that she now resembles a cat. I don't know, she looks more like a lion to me, but lion woman doesn't have as nice of a ring to it. Her journey started with the titular cat eye surgery, but it was just the first in many steps to get that perfect face. According to her friends and family, the surgeries were not intended to give her a Barbie-like face, but rather that of a lynx, which had apparently been her pet for a while. While she wasn't famous for a long time, it was the photos that were shared following her divorce from husband Alec that got her into the mainstream. Most of the attention was drawn to her looks, and she was quickly dubbed the Catwoman by the entire world. Despite being worth millions of dollars, Jocelyn has faced financial struggles over the past few years, and at one point even being sued by American Express for owing them $70,000 in credit. Her cat eyes may be trapped behind a massive layer of plastic and silicone, but they will always be the first step taken down the rocky road.